All right, in Wise Up today, we're gonna be looking at the law of accommodation. Diving into one of the most fundamental and basic training principles, the law of accommodation does state you need to change up your training stimulus to keep progressing. A lot of amateur and novice trainees do get confused with this and feel that they need to change up their stimulus a little bit too often at the very beginning. As a novice or beginner, almost anything that you do in the gym is going to yield you some type of gains at the very beginning. The longer you lift or the longer you do exercise, that's when you need to pay special attention and change up the stimulus a little bit more regularly to ensure that you're continually making gains. There are many different variables to change up the stimulus in training. We'll just go through 4 of them. The first one being intensity. We can measure it with RPE, or percentage of your 1 rep max. Second being the order of exercises. Third, the type of exercises. And fourth, the type of equipment we're using. So more often than not, to change the stimulus in your training program, you don't need to scrap the entire program. You have these 4 variables behind me and a ton more that you can change up within your program to make sure you're getting results. Looking at intensity, we have the RPE scale as well as the percentage of your 1 rep max. These are 2 valuable tools that almost anyone can kind of utilize in their training. Say if you're spending a lot of time on RPE 7 or RPE 8, it might be a good idea to dial it down to the middle for a little bit and then vary it back up. For the percentage of 1 rep max, percentages, if you're going a little bit too high, obviously pull it back down a bit and you can vary it up that way too. So when looking at the type of exercises, if you're used to doing a lot of strength and compound exercises, maybe a good idea to throw in some conditioning. It'll attack the central nervous system a bit more and vary it up for you. Next up is the order of exercises. If you're used to having your heavy stuff right off the get-go, it might be a good idea to do some of your accessories before your heavy lifts. You might even feel better for those heavy sets. And lastly, an easy one to switch up would be equipment. If you're lucky enough to have access to different barbells, make use of them. If you've been deadlifting, for example, for a long time on a straight bar, switch it up with a trap bar. Or again, dumbbells or kettlebells. While switching up the equipment for a same movement, you're still getting the stimulus with that movement, but you're changing up the leverages slightly and attacking the muscles in a different way. If you're struggling for ways to change up the stimulus, again, I'm always here to help. Don't hesitate to contact me. I'll see you guys on the next one.